Hello, divine beings. Welcome to Tuesday and Wednesday. So December 26th through December 27th, 2023. I'm your astrologer, Sarah Ashley, with Tuesday and Wednesdays daily dose of AstroTarot plus the full moon in Cancer daily dose of AstroTarot. Okay, so the full moon in Cancer. The full moon in Cancer can be very dramatic, and it can also feel incredibly emotional. Why is that? Okay, especially after Christmas, where we're around all of our family, and the sign of Cancer represents motherhood, nurturing, and family, right? The household that we come from. And a lot of us can feel incredibly emotional today about that. You know, Christmas and the holiday time evokes certain emotions because it comes from your memory bank, right? And regardless if you had a wonderful childhood, a mediocre childhood, or a terrible childhood, you will get emotionally provoked in some way around this time of year. Okay, so this is the time of year to seek some therapy, especially if this full moon is really going to get you. Okay, it's at 4 degrees, which is the Cancerian degree. All right, so I think family issues, and especially issues with motherhood and other women, can be especially fierce. The other thing today is that Chiron is going direct. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron usually represents our early life, sometimes it's childhood, but usually our early life trauma. Okay, so this is like a potent and raw emotional transit for so many people. And on top of that, Mercury and Mars in Sag, Mercury retrograde in Sag, and Mars in Sag, which is about our belief systems, which is about our need to be optimistic and look into the future. It's going to make a conjunction, so people might really be incredibly verbose today. They might be very talkative. They're going to say what's on their mind. They're going to be fast and loose with their words. And both of these planets are, Mars and Mercury, are making a square to Neptune. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is an eraser. That's what I like to call it. It tends to dilute things. What that means is we can be very opportunistic about what we say and what we do, but especially about what we say. And we can also be really hurtful and judgmental, because it Sag could be very judgmental. It can be very raw, just like blunt, straight, no chaser, squaring Neptune. So it's like delusional, like I'm better than you, ha ha ha. You know, that Neptune in Pisces, we can get really on our spiritual high horse here. So I think, as you know, all these disclosures about the, certain spiritual leaders come out, we can feel like we're on our high horse. We're invincible. But I'm going to tell you what, all of us are guilty of something, okay? That doesn't mean you have to mire yourself in the guilt. This is where mercy and forgiveness comes from, right? That's why we try to use Christ consciousness regardless of what faith you come from, right? I was raised Jewish, but I still believe in Christ consciousness. It means we must forgive people, and especially ourselves, okay? Some people are unforgivable, and I'm not saying forgive Epstein and blah, blah. I think you guys know what I'm saying. I'm saying we must forgive ourselves if we made changes. And also, if other people in our life have made changes, we have to accept that that is them now. Do we have to get into a relationship with them and engage 333 on the timestamp? Absolutely not. That is up to you. But forgiveness, which means just moving on for your own good, goes a long way. That doesn't mean you have to reconnect with them, but we have to be very careful of getting on our high horse and say, oh, I'm above judgment. This is when people start acting like fucking fools. You know the kind I'm talking about, people who do no self-reflection work, okay? Because I'm telling you, emotions are going to run very high Tuesday and Wednesday with this full moon, Chiron direct, Mercury and Mars squaring Neptune, and they're mutables. So people really aren't thinking about the results of what their behavior are going to be. This Chiron also squaring moon. Chiron and Aries, this, both cardinals, like, yes, this is going to be a very strongly emotionally charged transit. But what I do like is that Sun in Capricorn, we got to come back to down to earth because this is Capricorn season, right? Is trining Jupiter. And whenever Sun trines Jupiter, we do feel very good in general. Okay, it's Jupiter and Taurus. I think if we can work through our feelings, if we can be realistic, if we can be straight no chaser, but have some compassion at the same time and use that full moon in Cancer to release our own emotions, but also have compassion for ourselves and other people, then that's going to go a long way, and that's going to create a lot of stability for the future, for the here and now and also the future. I also like that Saturn in Taurus, Saturn in Pisces, excuse me. I was thinking about the Taurus energy. Saturn in Pisces, which is, you know, Saturn does rule Capricorn, is sextiling this full moon in Cancer. So it's saying, listen, if you get all this shit out that you maybe been holding in for years about your trauma, about your childhood shit, if you have that blowout, okay, you have that blowout, it's over with, you're probably going to feel a lot better in the long run. If you take responsibility also for your part, if you actually did have a part in this, hint, hint to boomer parents, I always pick on you guys, but it's true, is you guys are very prideful with that Pluto and Leo. Please, please, please take accountability. And if you take accountability, a little bit of accountability goes a long fucking way. All right, let's get some cards. I wonder if I'm like looking at my notes here to see if I left anything out. I don't think I left anything out. All right, let's see. What do we need to know about this full moon for the collective? That's an interesting card that came out. We'll talk about that. Don't forget, guys, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, go to my website, sarahashleyAstrology.com. I do have 2024 readings if you'd like to know what's going on for your 2024. It's right around the corner. Okay. Interesting card pull. We have the Emperor. Now, Chiron is going direct in Aries. So this is saying you must master your own emotions. When you master your own emotions, when you have control of yourself, notice how the other people around you also have to have control of themselves, because this isn't about matching energies, okay? If someone in your family or someone in your workplace or someone around you is having a temper tantrum and you act like, hey, I'm in control, they can only go for so long, okay? People have only so much capacity if you're not matching their energy. If you're going above and beyond to be like, no, I'm gonna be the mature and patient one, I got my shit together, I control myself, yeah, it's gonna go a long way. That doesn't mean be stone cold and don't say what's on your mind, but be reasonable and rational. Use that Capricorn and that Aries energy to utilize the Emperor. This is also a 4, and we have a 4-degree full moon. Very interesting. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay. New moon and Libra card. I feel like what this is saying is that once we're able to release our toxic emotions, once we're able to face our childhood-ish and release that trauma, we're able to find partners who are more in alignment with us, healthier relationships, and better connections, okay? Be the Emperor, and better connections will come in for you. All right, guys, that is it for today. Have a fantastic full moon. Make sure you're patient. Make sure that you get your shit out, but be graceful about it. Don't be a dick. Do not be a dick. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.